Once, during one sunny summer, a little boy traveled to visit his grandfather in the countryside. It was his school break, and he was very excited to spend his time with his grandpa, who was not only wise but also had a magical way of making every day feel special. The two of them would often play games, take walks in the garden, and share stories under the shade of a large tree in the backyard. The boy loved this moment and cherished the time they spent together. But one day, while they were sitting on the porch sipping lemonade, the boy turned to his grandfather with a curious look on his face and said, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to be a successful man. Can you tell me how to be successful in life?" Grandpa's eyes twinkled and a gentle smile spread across his face and replied, "Of course, my boy, but instead of just telling you something, let me show you something." With that, he stood up, took the boy's hand, and led him to a nearby nursery. At the nursery, Grandpa purchased two small plants. The boy was puzzled but did not question his grandfather. Once they returned home, Grandpa carefully planted one of the saplings in a large pot and placed it inside the house by the window, whereas the second sapling was planted in the backyard directly in the soil under the open sky. After finishing, Grandpa turned to the boy and asked, "What do you think? Which of these two plants will grow better in the future?" The boy thought for a moment and then replied, "The one inside the house will grow better because it is safe. It won't have to deal with strong sunlight, heavy rains, or animals that might eat its leaves. The plant outside is at risk of so many dangers." Grandpa nodded thoughtfully and replied, Interesting. Let's see what happens." Over the next few weeks, the boy watched both plants carefully. True to his prediction, the plant inside the house seemed to thrive. Its leaves stayed green and shiny, and it grew steadily. Meanwhile, the plant outside faced its share of challenges. On windy days, its delicate branches swayed violently. On hot afternoons, its leaves dropped under the scorching sun. And it continued to grow little by little. Soon, the boy's summer vacation came to an end, and he returned home with his parents. The memory of the plants faded as schools, friends, and other activities filled his days. 4 years passed in the blink of an eye, and then one day, during another summer break, the boy returned to visit his grandfather. Now, older and a bit more thoughtful, he remembered the question he had asked years ago and said, "Grandpa, last time I was here, I asked you how to be successful in life. You did not really answer me. Instead, you planted those two saplings. Why did not you just tell me?" Grandpa chuckled warmly and said, "Patience, my boy. Let's take a walk first." He led the boy to the corner of the house where the potted plant had been placed. The boy saw that it had grown into a small tree. Its branches were contained within the pot and its height was limited. It looked healthy but not extraordinary. Then Grandpa took him to the backyard where the second sapling had been planted. The boy's eyes widened in amazement. Before him stood a massive tree, its trunk thick and strong, its branches reaching far and wide. It cast a large shadow, providing shade for anyone who passed by. Birds chirped from its branches, and squirrels darted up and down its trunk. And then boy said in excitement, "Wow, Grandpa, this tree is huge. But how is this possible? The plant outside faced so many challenges: storm, harsh sunlight, and animals. Yet it grew so much bigger than the one inside." Grandpa smiled and placed a hand on the boy's shoulder and said, "That, my dear boy, is the secret to success. The plant outside had to face challenges, but those very challenges helped it grow stronger. The storm forced its root to grow deeper in the soil, anchoring it firmly. The sunlight, though harsh, gave it energy to grow taller. Even the animals taught it to adapt and survive. On the other hand, The plant inside the house was safe and protected, but it never faced anything that pushed it to grow beyond its comfort zone. The boy listened intently as his grandfather continued. In your life, if you always choose the easy and comfortable path, you will grow, but only to a certain point. You will never reach your full potential. Success does not come from avoiding challenges, it comes from embracing them, learning from them, and using them to grow stronger. Problems are not hurdles, they are stepping stones. The boy looked at the towering tree once more, his grandfather's word sinking deep into his heart, and said, "I understand now, Grandpa. To be successful, I have to be willing to face challenges and step out of my comfort zone." Grandpa nodded and said, "Exactly, my boy. Life is like an adventure filled with twists and turns. Each obstacle you encounter is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. Think of it like playing a game. The fun part is not in avoiding challenges, it is in figuring out how to overcome them. And the more challenges you face, the more skilled and confident you become." The boy smiled, feeling inspired, and said, "Thank you, Grandpa. I will remember this lesson for the rest of my life." From that day forward, the boy approached life with a new perspective. He welcomed challenges and saw them as opportunities rather than setbacks. He understood that the journey to success was not about avoiding difficulties, but about growing stronger through them. This story teaches that obstacles in life are not our enemies. They are the very things that help us grow and reach out full potential. So, embrace them, tackle them head on, and watch yourself rise to new heights. Life is an incredible journey, and every twist and turn is a chance to discover the strength and wisdom within you. Keep growing, keep learning, and always keep rising. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, hit like button. And for more such stories, subscribe to our channel. Thank you and stay positive.